these comments where Scorsese was saying that Marvel films really isn't cinema, that it really isn't movies, is rather ridiculous, I think, to see these kind of comments coming from Scorsese. And I want to say it sounds like the ramblings of an old guy who's upset at the direction that the movie industry is going. But on the other hand, I started to read this and I got where his mindset was. He was talking about how like the franchise of movies in general by large companies like Disney have kind of squashed indie films. And that's what he's talking about. Regardless, though, Scorsese makes films that are a little bit more than just indie films. People are very accustomed to knowing what a Scorsese film is. And that pretty much involves mobs, mafia, gangs, guns, violence, wonderful shit that we all love. I love it. I love Scorsese films. But this comment he had against like Marvel and, superhero films not being real films or the actors in them not being actors is just ridiculous to me. Thank you, Vitals. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a patron, man. But I thought that it was pretty ridiculous to hear these comments. I think he's a little upset, though, because now as he's getting older and less people know a lot. Who doesn't know Scorsese? I think even the millennial generation knows who Scorsese is. But yeah, Disney may be getting too big. Thank you. There it is. Officially, he bringing in DiCaprio. Thank you very much, Vitals. Appreciate you becoming a patron. By the way, that means that Vitals is now officially entered into the giveaway automatically in the giveaways. He is going for that $150 loot and scoop package, man. But yeah, he is losing relevance, and I think that's what's happening. His audience is dying and getting older, dark, exactly, dude. And I think he's a little bit bitter. But on the other hand, I really took some time to kind of delve into his argument. And what he was getting across is that the franchises are getting too bigger. Now, whether or not that's the truth, and I think to a degree, there's the truth lies somewhere in the middle, right? Like he's probably upset because he can't easily get his films onto the big screen like he used to. And that's why he's using Netflix for his new feature, which I'm interested in. This is what I grew up on, and I'm interested in this, The Irishman. So I want to watch this with you guys. Pardon this intro here. Let's see if I can get this without the, yeah. Okay, right here. This looked really interesting. The Irishman. Okay, so let's watch this together. This is going to appear on Netflix. Should be, when did it say it was going to appear? I'm not quite sure. If somebody can get that information from me while we stream this, that would be wonderful. I'd appreciate you very much. Very, very much. But let's watch this together. This has De Niro, Pacino. This has, oh God, what's the little dude who wants to stab everybody's eyes out? Come on, Pesci. This has Pesci. This has, who else does this have? Oh my God, there's a lot of names in this. And it looked kind of interesting. De Niro does not look like De Niro in this for some reason. He's got like these blue eyes. His face looks different. They look like they did a little bit of makeup here. Let's check it out together.
Frank Sheeran. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you said right.
Under the contract, management can only fire a driver on very specific charges. So, you ever show up late?
Thank you, Fox.
Do you have any moving violations?
No.
Do you drink on the job?
No.
You ever hit anybody?
On a job?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right, then. We don't have nothing to worry about.
But now I'm a man.
I want you to meet my cousin, Russell Buffalino.
How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
It was like the Army. You followed orders. You did the right thing. You got rewarded.
I'm a man.
A friend of ours is having a little trouble. Friend at the top.
Back then, there was nobody in this country who didn't know who Jimmy Hoffa was.
You got a gun! Get the gun out of his hand! You always charge a guy with a gun. With a knife, you run away. So you charge with a gun, with a knife, you run. I'm a man.
Hiya, Frank. Would you like to be a part of history?
Yes, I would.
Big business and the government are working together, trying to pull us apart. Something's got to be done.
What else you say? Now's not the time to not say.
We're going to war with these people. War.
Things have gotten out of hand with our friend.
You gotta sit down. Everybody says so.
No, I'm not sitting down. I can't do it.
It's what it is.
What it is.
I know things they don't know I know.
It's gonna happen. Either way, he's going.
You know, I don't care whether you did it or not. That makes no difference to me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm here to defend you, right?
Right. What do you want to know? You want to know if I did it or not?
Verb. There's a new one brewing, bro. Don't worry. It's right around the corner. It's called Cold War 2, man. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. I'm not quite sure. I mean, like, it's a classic Scorsese with big names. And, you know, it's what he does best. It's gonna probably be good. I just hope, you know, after all these years, I start to think, like, after all these Scorsese films, you know, does it get a little bit too repetitious? I have to answer no. Not for me. I love mafia mob boss films. I just have always loved them. And, you know, after it comes out, I'll let you guys know what I think of it. But it looks like November 27th it's coming out. And it looked kind of interesting to me. It looked pretty interesting to me. But like his comments about those that are in Marvel movies or superhero movies not being real actors or being real cinema didn't really put a good taste in my mouth. I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me, man. You know, like what what Robert Downey Jr. did as Tony Stark for Iron Man was freaking amazing. Like, I think that like you couldn't have really got behind Iron Man if it wasn't Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. acted his ass off as Iron Man and created that entire series. That entire series was on the back of Robert Downey Jr.'s acting as Tony Stark. I couldn't imagine anybody else as Tony Stark. I couldn't imagine anybody else. I don't know if you guys could, but I think, yeah, and that is acting. So when Scorsese says this type of thing, it really kind of pisses me off. I saw an interview done by Robert Downey Jr. where he had been interviewed and asked the question what he thought about Scorsese's comments about Marvel movies were action, kind of superhero movies not being real movies. And he was so civil about it. Like, Robert Downey Jr. was so civil about it. Very big of him to kind of not react so much to it. And that made me understand that it was that much more important to understand these are movies. These are real actors. Thank you so much. Welcome to the fam. Info Runners, how you guys doing? Shout out to the Info Runners, by the way. I love them. They're awesome. I wish I could do their show. They have a wonderful YouTube channel. And go check out the Info Runners. They're great people. Absolutely love them and what they're doing. I wish I had the time to be on Info Runners. I wish I had the time to do content with Erad and Seer the Sixth, who is a friend of mine, who are friends of mine. Dig That 32. I love them. I love them all. I love the content creators, man. The content creators are awesome. So anyway, that's what I think about that. Tony Stark couldn't have been Tony Stark. I mean, without the acting, let's back up the comment. Let's back up the statement here. You would not have seen all the Marvel movie releases after Iron Man if Iron Man had flopped. If if Robert Downey Jr. didn't give the performance that he did as Tony Stark, you wouldn't have all these other, offshoots. You wouldn't have Thor. You wouldn't have I won't even say Ant-Man. I'm not big into Ant-Man. I don't understand Ant-Man. But Paul Rudd's awesome, but I just don't get Ant-Man. Ant-Man could possibly be, like, in theory, logically speaking, scientifically, one of the most powerful superheroes ever if you really thought about it, because he could shrink down to nothingness and then go in you and just poof. Don't get me started talking about the Ant-Man Thanos theory. Have you guys heard about the Ant-Man Thanos theory? where Ant-Man could have ended it all if he just shrunk down and then went up his ass and like boom. Right. Which is really funny because scientifically speaking, Ant-Man could do that to anybody. You know? Yeah, and Paul Rudd does a great job as Ant-Man as well. But like Ant-Man is one of those kind of X factors to me. Like I'm not quite sure what I think about Ant-Man. How many of you guys like Ant-Man? I'm not quite sure what to think about Ant-Man. I have never, like, since the origin of Ant-Man, I have never really thought about like sometimes I'm like, okay, cool Ant-Man. Sometimes I'm like, fuck Ant-Man. Like I'm not cool. Okay, there's a lot of love for Ant-Man in here. It's very confusing for me. Ant-Man is a very confusing topic. I feel like Ant-Man is a cheat. Like I feel like Ant-Man is like the cheat on superpowers. You know, lots of love for Ant-Man in the room right now. Lots of love. Doesn't Ant-Man need something to make him small though? Like some weird, like there's some thing in his suit that requires some type of serum. I believe that's how it went. The Ant-Man movies, it looks like I could spend some quality time with the Wasps as info runners. So that to me, anyway. The comments made that Scorsese had made about, not being real movies is a complete bunch of bullshit, and that the actors who portray them, aren't really actors. This type of thing got me upset. But he does have a point about franchises. He does have a point about Disney becoming too large for themselves, that indie films have a harder probability or a smaller probability of making it on the big screen. And it's harder for smaller kind of independent directors, publishers out there to get their movies up there because of these large franchises. I get it. But at the same time, you're Scorsese. So, when I hear Scorsese bitch about this type of thing, and the fact that every movie that Scorsese brings out is a mafia or a mob kind of boss movie, which, by the way, I love them. I love all of them. Okay. Well, most.